All right. I haven't touched on this yet. I'm doing this live with you. Okay. Have not touched on this yet. But the meltdown. I saw like one tweet and I had to find out more, but I didn't have enough time, so I saved it for the live stream. You guys already know the Mary Sue. Okay. The Mary Sue is just one of those websites that is an ideologically driven website. All they are going to do is whatever the narrative is from quote unquote right wing people, they're going to write the complete opposite and print it and put it out there. They don't even care if it makes sense. It doesn't matter. They just need it to be the opposite of whatever the other side says. That's what the Mary Sue is. Okay. Well, apparently, this particular writer, who I've done videos on before, she's an interesting creature, okay? This creature is known as Rachel Leishman. Leishman. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Leishman, all right? This particular whale is raging after Star Wars Theory destroyed Leslie Headland in a video. So she wasn't very happy about that, all right? So let's get into it and find out what made her so upset. The Mary Sue assistant editor, Rachel Leishman, raged after YouTuber Star Wars Theory demolished Leslie Headland after watching an interview Leishman conducted with the Acolyte showrunner. In a recent, so she was shilling for the mainstream access. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. She was shilling for the mainstream access. And since people wanted to criticize that mainstream access, she got upset. In a recent video upload, Theory not only destroyed Headland, but he demolished Leishman for her false narrative regarding the fact that the show introduced Ki-Adi-Mundi, despite the fact that the character had not been born yet. He also pointed out that Mundi does indeed know that the Jedi are dying at the hands of a trained Force wielder, despite informing the Jedi Council in The Phantom Menace that no Sith had been heard of in 1,000 years. So obviously, it's all contradiction. We already know that. A lot of retconning, a lot of bullshit. Theory says during the video, it's so frustrating that she would dare to interject. The reason the Jedi in episode 1 would not train Anakin is because of Osha and Mai. And how dare they even try to put Ki-Adi-Mundi in there as well. So when Anakin does show up, he's like, well, we've seen this before. It didn't work. Why are you changing stuff? Why are you trying to? He continued, it was supposed to be 1,000 years. There was peace. This is the height of the Jedi's arrogance. They're untouchable. They're extremely powerful. You now have 87 years before that, a shitload of Jedi dying from a Sith, from a dude with a red lightsaber who's killing Jedi. And you have the same dude who was literally preaching that we have 1,000 years of peace. Nothing can touch us. Nothing has touched us in 1,000 years. No Jedi have been slain in 1,000 years. Literally there, and he knows that Jedi are dead. I don't care that if he knows it's a Sith that killed them. I don't care if he knows if it's a Tooth Fairy that killed them. He just now knows that Jedi have died. They have been killed by someone, and they've been killed by a sister of a former student at the Jedi Temple who went rogue. Man, imagine calling somebody who knows this much about Star Wars a grifter. This is why that word has lost all meaning. So anyway, he completely destroys Leslie Headland. Let's talk about the reaction. I want to talk about the reaction. Leishman reacted with rage at Star Wars Theory for simply correcting her lies. She posted on X, Star Wars Theory decided to do a reaction video to my interview because if he isn't fucking grifting off of Star Wars, he's grifting off of women and sending his minions after them. Oh, here we go. Here we go again. Here we go again. Where have we seen this before, ladies and gentlemen? This sounds awfully familiar. Sending your minions after women. Who else said that? Oh, that's right. The person who was pretending to be someone they weren't for over 3 years at Wikipedia. The person who lied to their friends online and pretended to be someone they weren't because they were lonely and upset and angry and wanted to feel like they were part of something. That's amazing, right? How they all have the same exact narrative. So she calls him a grifter. She says he grifts on Star Wars and he's grifting off of women. Do you even understand what the meaning of the word grift is? For him to be grifting off of women, he would have to be knowingly using women to con his fan base. How is he using you to con his fan base? Right? Like, you obviously are projecting at this point. Whenever they use the word grifter, it's very obvious that they're talking about themselves. Right? They're the ones literally trying to grift for the mainstream. They'll do anything for it. The word has lost all meaning. Grift has lost all meaning. It's just another word like racist, sexist, phobe, all that stuff. Chud. It's lost everything. Sorry, I had to turn on my AC. It's getting hot in this bitch. So let's continue. She added, go fuck off and build some faulty lightsabers while crying on camera. Do we not understand that this man is like a millionaire? Or like damn near a millionaire? Does she understand like Rachel Leishman, an assistant editor at Mary Sue, making like $3,000 a month or something? You realize like this man is a millionaire. like you're talking to this guy as if you're really going to affect his day. Like you're really going to affect. He got you in your feels. He got you in your feels for reacting to your video. Mind you, him reacting to your video gives you slightly more clout, right, than you would have had, which is like nothing because nobody cares, right? People only care about Star Wars if they're watching it through the eyes of their favorite YouTuber. But when you tell these people that, they lose their minds, right? So she loses her minds, and again, she says, "Fuck off and go build some faulty lightsabers," while crying on camera. Wasn't it the writers of certain left-wing outlets? Didn't something like this happen before, where somebody like cried on camera over Star Wars or something, and they went and defended that guy, and they're like, "Oh, you have the right to cry on camera," blah blah blah. But now it's Star Wars theory, and they're like, no, you don't have the right to cry. Go kill yourself. You know, like, it's just ridiculous. She continued to be clear. I really don't give a fuck. You do. No, you do. You do. You absolutely do. Can we stop? Can we stop the lie? I'm all for you going crazy. But can we stop the lie of I don't really give a fuck when you are literally melting down on Twitter over it? Like, you care, right? So she says, I don't really give a fuck. That's a lie. Anyone who resorts to calling woman a cow because of a Star Wars show is literally pathetic. Well, so what if you take the Star Wars show out of it and we still call you a cow? Is that okay? Because you made that specification, right? You say anyone who resorts to calling a woman a cow because of a Star Wars show. So okay, so let's take the Star Wars show out of it, and you're still a cow. Like, what do we do now? Is that allowed? Is that not allowed? I'm confused. I just didn't understand why I've had to delete hundreds of comments all of a sudden, and it's because of this jack off. Oh, so you had to delete comments because you like living in an echo chamber. That makes sense. Not only that, think of it this way. Do you understand you're on a platform that allows you to limit replies to only people that you follow? So you actually didn't have to delete comments. You could have just limited the replies the moment you saw any hatred, so you can stay in your safe little bubble in the cow field.